An underwhelming NBA All-Star weekend in Indy has us in a reflective mood. From the dunk to the three-point contest and beyond, we're breaking down how the NBA All-Star weekend has evolved since Vegas hosted it back in 2007. And yes, my panel is so great, yeah, it should almost be even a sin to have them here with me all together. Sin City Beat starts right now.
From Las Vegas, this is Sin City Beat.
Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining us on Sin City Beat. I'm your host, Mike Davis. Good to have you hanging with us. Sin City Beat is the show that dissects the sports world here in Vegas through the eyes of the storytellers and sports reporters leading the charge. On today's show, we're recapping NBA All-Star Weekend, reflecting on the evolution of the league and Las Vegas since 2007, when the biggest weekend in pro basketball was held right here in Las Vegas. Joining the action today, we got Q Myers, the host of Unnecessary Roughness on Raider Nation Radio and the program director of the Las Vegas Sports Network. We have our very own sports anchor and reporter, Paloma Villacana with Fox 5 Las Vegas, and Ray Brewer, managing editor of the Las Vegas Sun, is with us. Great to have you guys hanging out. So let's jump right in. So beyond the fanfare on the court and everything, the biggest reaction from All-Star Weekend in Indianapolis seems like it's the chatter off the court, right? Heading into All-Star Weekend, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said on the Pat McAfee show, when it comes to an expansion team here in our city, Vegas is, quote, definitely on our list. Now, let's be real for a second, though, guys, because before VGK and the Raiders and the Aces, when many sports leagues were hesitant to bring franchises and do business with Las Vegas, the NBA was bold enough to bring the Summer League here in 2004, followed by the All-Star Game in 2007. That was at Thomas and Mack. So with that being said, the NBA has interest in expanding to places like Seattle, Nashville, Vancouver, Montreal, and even Mexico City. Ray Brewer, as a born and raised Las Vegan, should Las Vegas be the next city to get an NBA franchise?
Oh, absolutely. I just think that if you look at the trajectory, first of all, Las Vegas loves basketball. And secondly, we are an absolute home run as a pro sports city, especially when that franchise is unique to us. Vegas Golden Knights, they're Vegas born, and we love our Golden Knights. It's really cool that they've been successful, but even before they became successful, we lined up by the thousands to go support them. Everybody's got the Golden Knights gear. And I just think the NBA and Las Vegas has always made sense. You see how successful the Summer League is with attendance records every year, especially when those top picks are playing against each other. And it's no secret when you move a franchise here or you start a franchise, your value enhances just over time. And you look at some of the people that could be involved in bringing a team here, right? LeBron James. We have no state income tax here.
Right.
You could see Las Vegas's entry instantly becoming a contender.
The math really works out, and we can also see now the in-season tournament, another element from the NBA here. But I think you bring up a very interesting point, Ray. You know, the distinction between an expansion team and a newborn Vegas basketball team, not bringing a team like OKC here to rebrand or something, a brand new franchise. How important is that for the success and for Las Vegans to get behind a team like that?
I think it's huge. Yeah, I really do. And Ray pointed out the Golden Knights, and we saw all the support that the Golden Knights have gotten, and it doesn't matter what game you're at, you always hear Knights go wherever. It doesn't matter what event it is in town. And honestly, I mean, communities in general are going to always rally around theirs, something that they feel like is actually theirs. You know, with the Raiders moving here, that's great, but it's almost like you have to kind of create a new fan base as opposed to this is ours, we're going to hold on to it. And I think that the seeds have always been planted here in Las Vegas for the NBA. When it goes back to Summer League, you can go back farther than that. You can go back to just the Running Rebels in general. Right? I mean, as a young kid, being a Bay Area guy, my dad used to bring me here and say, I'm about to show you the greatest thing you've ever seen. What's that? Oh, you're going to go to the Thomas and Mack. It's going to be loud, and these guys can play ball. Okay. Had no idea what he was talking about and fell in love ever since then. I went back to the Bay. Running Rebels are my team. So that was the first blueprint, to the basketball. Summer League always came here traditionally every year. AAU, going back to the youth basketball. Tournaments here.
Sonny Vaccaro and all that
the
stuff.
seeds have been planted for years. You've got the G League Ignite. So it's like, okay, this can work. We see all the tournaments, in-season tournament. Now you just need the team, and it's on its way.
And is it the more the merrier, Paloma? I mean, between Ignite, between the Aces, back-to-back champions with running rebels, lady rebels, all this stuff. I mean, can we handle more basketball here?
Yeah, I mean, I rocked my Aces back-to-back championship shirts because we know that this is a winning product in Las Vegas, women's basketball with the Lady Rebels and the Aces. And thinking back to the WNBA All-Star game last summer, I mean, every NBA star was in town to watch A'ja Wilson and all the stars out here. So no doubt if the women can have a successful product, so too can the men. And every time I'm at an Aces game, you know, you see the NBA guys sitting on the sideline. You know, you see the entire city come out and support and working with the Running Rebels and working with the Lady Rebels. I mean, this is a basketball town, and no doubt, I mean, I think all of us would love to see an NBA team here, but also the community.
Yeah. Is prediction-wise from you guys, what do you think in terms of where we are in that pecking order? Of course, there's probably going to be, you know, with parity and having to need 2 teams to come in, we probably would be in that top 2, I think, coming in, but there are other cities on the list. Prediction-wise, do you guys have a feeling? Are we definitely coming in? Who do you really think would be that financial backer? Is it going to be a LeBron, Shaq kind of situation?
Well, that's a good question. I definitely think it's tending to go in that direction because LeBron has been so adamant about that he wants to do that. But I mean, I think Seattle and Las Vegas are the no doubters, right? I think as soon as the CBA is over, you're going to see that push, and boom, it's going to happen sooner rather than later. I mean, I see it happening in the next few years. I mean, I'm really excited about it. It's one of those, I don't make a lot of predictions, but that's one I feel pretty confident about. Like, yeah, that's going to happen sooner rather than later.
Ray, I do want to ask you one quick thing. We got a minute left in this block. It's just incredible thinking about Oscar Goodman, the history behind getting them here. David Stern notoriously was not a huge fan, you know, of basketball sports being here. Adam Silver has really changed the game with that. How incredible as a born and raised Las Vegan to see the transformation that has occurred. What does it mean to you and to native Las Vegans?
Well, so for me, I love Las Vegas. This is home. This is where I choose to live. I was born and raised. And for years, we were a town where people would come, have a great time, and they thought that our city was just the Strip. And through these sports teams, you've seen the great community that we have, and the fact that everybody wants to be here just kind of reaffirms that and solidifies that, especially because these athletes have to come bring their families here and live here. And you see them with their nonprofits and the charity they have and the churches they attend and the schools their kids go to. And it's become one big part of our community where everybody has seen what I feel. And it's just been powerful.
It's a beautiful thing, and I certainly think we can say sports breeds community. Guys, we're just getting started here on Sin City Beat. Stick around because after the break, we're attempting to do the impossible. No, I'm not performing a windmill dunk over Ray Brewer, although I'll be doing that after the show. Rather, we're telling you how you can fix the NBA All-Star Game. Yeah, miracles are actually possible here on Sin City Beat. We're going to be telling you how to do that next.
You're watching Sin City Beat.
Welcome back to Sin City Beat. Well, if you're feeling a bit deflated from All-Star Weekend, specifically from the All-Star Game on Sunday night, don't worry, we got just what the doctor ordered. Come commiserate with us because misery does love company. So before All-Star Weekend hits the Chase Center in San Francisco next year where the Warriors play, let's try the problem solve for the NBA right now. This year, the All-Star Game returned to the original Eastern versus Western Conference format, with the East defeating the West 211 to 186. So let me just say that again, 211 points, okay? That's a record. Q, I'm going to go to you first. So how in the hell does the NBA fix the All-Star Game?
That score is laughable. Yeah. That score is just absolutely laughable. But the NBA's got to find a way to bring out the competitive juices in these guys. That's what it's only going to come down to.
How do you do that?
Exactly. And unfortunately, I think it's more incentive. You got to incentivize it. You know, just like they did with the in-season tournament, they put a dollar figure, and I didn't think that was going to work. But you know what? It turned out to be a really good tournament. And so I think that you're going to have to make some kind of incentive to make these guys want to compete. It used to be a time when if you were the baddest dude and I think I'm the baddest dude, I'm going to take your lunch money and I get after you. But now it's like, hey, go ahead and do a layup. Oh, let's do this three-pointer from half court. It's not, there's no competition. I saw more layups in this All-Star Game than I saw anything else. So you've got to find a way to get these guys to let that competitive juice come out of them.
But let me ask everybody a question here, because I'm watching the whole weekend, right? To me, the competitive juices are flowing with Sabrina Ionescu versus Steph Curry in the shooting contest. I'm seeing more energy and impact from the celebrity game with Micah Parsons trying to show. Puka Puka Nacua is trying to show that he can ball, but why don't these guys want to do it?
Well, we would have done that too. Like, if you're not an NBA player, you want to be an NBA player, just like NBA players want to be like us, right? They want to be broadcasters, so they'll have that come out in them. But that's why the celebrity game was exciting, because these guys just got an opportunity to go play basketball on the stage. But these guys do it every day. They're not worried about it.
I don't think financial or charitable components will incentivize these guys.
I have an idea.
Okay.
I'm all for the Aces in the WNBA.
Yep.
Sabrina Ionescu, balled out.
Yes.
Let's bring in Asia Wilson. Let's bring in Chelsea Gray. Let's bring in Kelsey Plum and see what they can do in competition-wise, and see them ball out too. Because I hear this all the time.
Right.
The WNBA players want to play with the NBA guys too. I want to see Chelsea Gray out there.
In the competitions, I think it'd be awesome.
For sure.
Is that how you fix the game as well? I mean, I'm okay with it if it is.
But let me pose this, because I do think you're watching Ionescu versus Curry in the three-point contest. You're thinking, well, Caitlin Clark, even if she's still in college, you bring her in, have her pair up with Dame Lillard, do a 2 against 2 kind of thing would be amazing. But here's truly, I think, the heart of the matter. Is this an issue for the NBA if you're relying on G League guys like Matt McClung to come into the contest? If you're relying on WNBA people, what does that say about NBA players?
It's just like the NFL, right? The Pro Bowl used to be, you've seen the hits. Some punter runs up the sideline, he gets drilled. He gets drilled.
Right.
And now
Sean Taylor hit.
Yeah, Sean Taylor hit. Now it's become it progressed over the years to where nobody wanted to tackle, and then they turn it into a flag football game.
If the Sean Taylor hit happened nowadays, what would what would happen?
Right. It would be a mess. But at least, I mean, for football, at least you know that these guys could seriously get injured, right? I mean, I can almost give them a pass. NBA guys, I don't give them a pass. These guys, they used to, and I know I'm going to say like the old man, get off my lawn. I'm okay with that. The old guys used to go at each other's necks, right? Mike used to get after Magic. Bird used to get after, everyone. Kobe, he guarded LeBron baseline to baseline in an All-Star game. It's possible. You got to have that juice, though.
Right.
And that juice is gone, and it's never coming back.
I liked what Q said about the incentives. I mean, we saw the in-season tournament here in Vegas. Lakers were balling. LeBron was balling. Because there was money on the line.
But you even need the game. Could you just replace it with another element to carry the weekend into Sunday?
I'm good with that, too.
People are talking, world versus USA, 3-on-3, 1-on-1. I mean, how much of a departure can we actually make from something that's such a historic event?
Well, and that's where the Players Association needs to get involved, because the players are driving the bus right now on this. And I mean, not that a high school basketball all-star game is comparable to an NBA all-star game, but each year we do like this local Halloween hoops thing. And the last time we did it 2 years ago, it became the same thing. Half-court shots, no defense.
Nobody watching those guys.
Yeah, nobody took it seriously, and also because nobody wanted to show what they had against somebody else that they'd be meeting later in the season. So I really do think that the Sunday game is over, in my opinion. I
don't want to go into too much of a therapist conversation here, but you guys are covering athletes. I'm curious, Ray, you covered, the All-Star game in 2007 here. The change, the evolution of the athlete with social media and the way that athletes are interacting with playing sports seems so different to
Everybody's
me, right?
friends.
But it's
everybody's friends.
There's the friend. Is that what?
There's no beef. You know what I mean? Like I got a hip hop background. Beef used to be one of our most exciting things, like a diss track. I don't like you, you don't like me. We're gonna go at each other mano y mano.
Right.
It used to be like that on the court too. I used to know homeboy around the block. I'm like, hey, I'm going after you on the court.
Right.
They're all AAU friends now. They all exchange jerseys. And again, I sound like the old man, but I'm okay with that.
So how is it in the water? What happened?
This isn't even a sport problem. We're talking society here, dude. I mean, this is. I don't know if you guys have kids, but I have kids. Yep. I understand how my son is 2 rooms over, and instead of him walking over and asking me a question, I'm getting a text message.
We gotta get in. This is a societal issue. We're not going to be able to solve it.
I'm a text man right now.
On City Beat. Hey, listen, you can even get parenting advice on this show. Guys, next up, we're performing a little case study. Yes, how has All-Star Weekend evolved over the years, and how has the NBA's relationship with Vegas evolved since 2007? That's after the break. Change is a funny thing. Sometimes it's hard to discern where the change lies. Did something or someone else change, or did the change in fact occur within ourselves? Okay, I don't want to get too philosophical on you guys, but let me just tell you a story. As a kid, NBA All-Star Weekend was literally like my favorite thing, okay? Kobe, AI, the dunk contest, celebs, everything about it felt like pure wonder. And now at 32, I'm wondering, sitting at home, has All-Star Weekend taken a dramatic downturn, or is it just I grew up and I'm seeing it a little differently? Ray Brewer, if you will please, for a moment, be my therapist. I don't want to pay you an hourly fee or anything, but you covered All-Star Weekend here in 2007 in Las Vegas. Has the NBA All-Star Weekend morphed into something else, and has it actually changed drastically, or is it just me who has changed in the way I'm interacting with this weekend?
No, the weekend has changed, and sports continue to evolve every year into what our interests are as consumers, as fans. And right now it's hit this plateau where fans want a certain thing and the players aren't willing to deliver the product. And it's up to the league, if they want to continue with their event that obviously has big revenue ramifications, they're going to have to find a way to meet the needs of the players and the fans. But you're right, as kids, we love the slam dunk contest, right? Wilkins versus Jordan, or the three-point contest with Hodges versus Bird, right?
Yeah.
And then we couldn't wait to watch that, and we'd go out in the yard, and I couldn't dunk, but I would try to. Yeah. I could. And we'd shoot the three-point contest, and it was relatable. And then also when I was a kid, we didn't get the NBA package where we could watch every team on every night.
Right.
You got the 4 local stations, and you were lucky to get a game of the week. Yeah. And the All-Star game was maybe one of the rare times you could see Michael Jordan, right? And I'm a 6th grader, and the shoes come out, and it's a big deal, and it's a whole marketing thing, and that's how the NBA and the players capitalized off it. They don't need the All-Star Weekend anymore.
And to add on that, I mean, I think it's all about marketing too. Nowadays, with Instagram and social media, all these players are there to host their event, to get their shoe, get their brand out, get their video out. I think that's really what All-Star Weekend is about for the players.
Right.
But there was a component to that. I think when you were watching at home as a youngster, you wanted almost like to be a member of the society. You wanted to be in the treehouse, And even though that felt like that was going around as osmosis, just watching it felt like you were partaking in it. It doesn't feel like that anymore.
No, it doesn't. And the part of the problem is as well, when you look at, the product doesn't look as good and these guys don't really want to participate, there's so much that is riding on it now. There's so much invested in it from the teams and the players and their brand and everything. So now a guy that might have wanted to go out and ball out in the All-Star game is like, I kind of got an ankle injury. I really don't want to go out and make that worse.
But wait, that's a good point. I just want to make sure I'm understanding what you're saying. Like Ja Morant or Zion Williamson, the reason they're not performing in the dunk contest is what?
Or trying hard.
They're scared to, but why won't they even attempt to be in the dunk contest?
The dunk contest, they don't want to lose. I think LeBron doesn't want to lose. He's the one who first started. I don't really want to participate, but pregame, they all do it.
So
they all
Dominique Wilkins or Vince Carter or any of these guys before they were okay with
But those guys were promoting their brand. D. Brown was pumping his Reebok pumps before he went and dunked. LeBron's brand is the greatest in all of sports.
But he came in the league with his brand already great.
Yeah,
right?
he doesn't need to win the dunk contest to promote himself. You're right, it could only hurt LeBron.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And I only want to see LeBron. I want to see LeBron against whomever else.
I don't want to see Mac McClung.
How much?
No disrespect, but he's a G League guy. I want to see Zion. I want to see LeBron. I want to see Ja. I want to see guys that have names that are in the league.
Ray, how much did Mac McClung win for that? How much money did he get?
He got $102,000, which by his G League salary, he's a two-way guy, so he's probably making $280,000, $300,000. But that's a fourth of his income for the year. For LeBron James, $102,000 is interest on one account in 3 hours.
Parenting advice, and now we got financial advice. He's a certified financial planner as well. Guys, how does a bit of positivity sound? Okay, after a short break, we're discussing our all-time favorite weekend moment from All-Star Weekend. Yes, I have a feeling we're going to have to go way back. That's next. Maybe it's 5'7" Spud Webb shocking the world and winning the slam dunk contest, or perhaps it's Marvin Gaye's sensual rendition of the Star-Spangled Banner at the 1983 All-Star Game. How about Larry Burgess in the three-point contest? Paloma, tell me, what moment, what memory comes to mind when you think about your favorite All-Star Game moment?
When I think of the All-Star, I think of Steph Curry. I mean, just throughout the years, everything he's been able to do has just shocked the world, and he continues to be be great too. So Steph Curry comes to mind when I think of All-Star
Weekend. It never gets old watching him shoot a three.
We're going to show our age.
What about the old guys in the room?
Tell me.
I gotta go Dominique versus Michael Jordan, right? I mean, that back in the day, that dunk contest was amazing, and I was a little kid at the time, and my mom sent me to bed because it was 10 past my bedtime. There was no way I was missing that. So she was sitting in the chair like I am right now. I went behind her to go to bed, and I laid down on the floor in the dark and watched the rest of that contest. I wasn't missing that. I went to bed happy that night. So,
I love that. All right, Ray, what about you?
So for me, born and raised, loved UNLV, loved UNLV basketball. Isaiah J.R. Ryder got to be in the slam dunk contest. He was awesome. Derek Jones later for you younger people, but Isaiah Ryder was just such a special player here. Great athletic ability, could jump out of the gym, and he really represented in that slam dunk contest.
See, there's so many great memories, and I think there's a constant here. It's definitely a parallel. It's when you're younger. When you're younger, those all-star moments definitely speak to you and your heart. Guys, I want to thank you so much for spending some time with us. I want to thank my amazing panel of guests, Mr. Ray Brewer, Q Myers. Q, what's your real first name?
Keont.
Keont.
Q-I-A-N-T.
See, we got it in there. And of course, Paloma Villacana. I'm Mike Davis. We'll see you next time here on Sin City Beat, the show that really dissects what's going on sports-wise here in our favorite city. We'll see you next week on Sin City Beat. Thank you guys so much. Keont.
Keont.
I like that.
Mama named him Keont. I'm going to call him Keont.